I'm making this video to ask people to help me. I'm in Colombia. I've been forced to live here for 18 years. Information was withheld from me. The government secretly put me under investigation in 2004. They pretended that I was a victim, and the recycling center I operated in South Los Angeles called Alameda Metal Recycling, named after my much bigger scrap iron company. The detectives told me I was a victim and to help them, and they promised that they would give me immunity if I needed it. But then they didn't give me it by writing because they said that I was a victim. I believe them. And 5 months later, they asked me to sign give them a witness statement. And it was actually a veiled confession. It was a hidden confession. I didn't sign it. They pretended that I was dismissed. A year later, I was living in Colombia, established my residency. I divorced, I had no kids. I received a large medical settlement, and I started to live my dream of living in Colombia, and I found out that I had been set up. I have been set up by dirty rogue cops and a dirty prosecutor. And the state of California and the Superior Court has the nerve to say I don't have the right to make a challenge. Now, initially, my mother's attorney presented incorrectly a challenge to an invalid indictment. The indictment in California against me is invalid because there's no probable cause. I have seen a copy of the grand jury transcript, and there is no presumptive validity because I have seen a copy. So I can refute all the charges, and it's an invalid indictment, and anytime there's an invalid indictment and a defendant can prove it, the court is obligated to process the challenge, but the court won't process my challenge. They declined to rule based on their misuse of an arcane and a highly controversial disentitlement doctrine. And they're saying that I have to be in California in order to have my challenge ruled upon. This is illegal, and therefore I'm asking people in California to support me. I need to raise money to fight the California Superior Court and transfer my case to the federal court in Los Angeles because the state of California is violating my right to due process and self-defense. I have been underrepresented, and it's incredible. The judge in this case was from the O.J. Simpson case, Judge Lancito. This was his last case. He paid no attention. He should have recognized that the challenge that was presented incorrectly, because there's only one way to present a challenge when a defendant is living overseas. I'm a transnational. I've been forced to live in Colombia for the last 18 years, and I have discovered that there's evidence that proves my innocence that was covered up by the prosecutor, and I can prove it. But the state of California Superior Court says no. I have to come back to California and appear in order to obtain service of the court. They're calling me a fugitive from California justice. And now, in California, the judge in the probate case that I'm a beneficiary of has threatened to withhold my money. She's threatened to hold my inheritance because I'm unwilling to return back to this jurisdiction. But the fact of the matter is, I don't have to surrender or return or appear for arraignment because this is an invalid indictment, but unfortunately it hasn't been presented correctly. So I'm asking anyone who listens to this to contact me. I'm looking for an attorney that will apply the law correctly. I'm looking for people to donate money to help pay for my legal defense fund. And I'm looking to help change the law because California is a holdout state. They're one of 2 or 3 remaining holdout states in which the fugitive doctrine is routinely being abused and misused by overzealous lower court judges. It's time that this abusive doctrine is stopped in California. Thank you very much. My name is Dana Robert Schwartz. You can reach me in WhatsApp at the phone number 315-773-2396, and that's in Colombia. So you would use 571 first for the country code, probably 00571, then 315-773-2396. My name is Dana Robert Schwartz. I'm a 64-year-old male. I'm starting a website for my defense. Thank you very much.